Hello everyone. Right. Whew. Make it 2 controversial videos in like 20 minutes. Whoa. And the other two aren't too bad. But this one needs to be said. Last week it was revealed that not one but two people, one in mainstream media and one in YouTube, were very nasty people. In mainstream media, and I'm actually meaning Hollywood in this instance, it has come out that one of the biggest names in Hollywood, Harvey Weinstein, has been accused in the past and has had to deal with issues in the past with regards to sexual harassment of women and rape of women. And it really has kicked him in the ass. He is in therapy for sex addiction, and while he's sort of admitted it, he sort of said he hasn't done it. And I'll leave Phil's videos about this up in the archive because he's covered it quite well actually. But there's been lots of backlash within Hollywood with regards to this. Now, there is the fact that some people have said we didn't know this was going on. One of them being one of my least favourite actors, Ben Affleck. And what happened is one of my favourite actresses, Rose McGowan, turned around to him and said, "Well, that's a lot of bull." And then he went, and then it was like, "I'd said to you what had happened to me, and you said I told him not to do that." And also, Ben's also been called out for doing not very nice things. But one of Harvey Weinstein's excuses, other than the sex addiction, is, "I was raised in the 60s and 70s and everybody did that back then. My mother was raised in the 50s and she'd never dream of doing that. The same with my stepdad." You know, just because you're raised in, whether it's the 40s, the 50s, the 60s or the 70s, does not mean that you have the right to act like a male chauvinist pig who can't control his dick. At the end of the day, if you are in a position of power, you really, 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 really need to assess how you act with people and how you act around people. Being a human being, being a decent human being, is very much not understood and is very much underrated. He was one of the most powerful people in Hollywood. A lot of the films he was involved in became Oscar-winning films. And he used that power to do what he wanted to women. And he did that knowing that a lot of them, because they wanted a role, because they wanted to be famous, because they wanted to be an actor, wouldn't speak up against him, which is wrong. And it is gut-wrenchingly sickening. And as a woman, now, touch wood, I've never been sexually harassed that I am aware of. When I went to the nightclub, yes, I get guys coming out that were drunk and trying on with me and I'd be like, nope. And if they carried on, one of the bouncers came and got them. But that's because I was staff. Now, and I wasn't working behind the bar, I was working in the kitchen, so it's a slightly different thing. But just because you are in a position of power doesn't mean that you can abuse anybody in any way. I have been bullied in the workplace twice. One was an issue that it was pretty bad, but the other one was even worse, but I'm not going to get into either of those because that's in the past. But I do know what bullying at work is, but I've also never been sexually harassed. And it's not something I've done to people. It's not something I would do to somebody. It's not something I would act upon. And For me to say I know how these people feel is hypocritical, because I don't. I've never been in that situation, and I hope to never will be. A lot of people have said in the past, that they've spoken up about it. Some of them took him to court, which Rose McGowan did, if I remember rightly, and it was something that was known, and it's like, I will also link the JK's video on this, because although they're technically not in Hollywood, they sort of are. They sort of dip their toes in Hollywood, because they have like the mother company of JK's, Just Getting Films, and they do a lot of meetings with bigwigs in Hollywood, and they knew that Harvey Weinstein was a nasty piece of work and several other things about it. So I'll leave their video above about this, because it is relatively relevant in this instance. So it was one of those issues, and it is the systematic covering up of what he did. And when Phil was telling me about it, and I commented on his video saying this, it's very reminiscent to the way the BBC handled the whole Jimmy Savile thing. It was known for decades that Jimmy Savile was predatory in nature. Now, what I'll do is I'll leave a documentary either up in the iCard or down below with regards to Jimmy Savile, because it is a very interesting case and very, very relevant to this. But I think in certain places in America, they are trying to press charges, and I think there's a couple of places in this country that are going to press charges as well. So let's cross fingers. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. And it's, he's actually been sacked from his company, Weinstein Productions, for his actions, and he's been sacked from his own company because of what he's done. Right, Screen Junkies. Andy Signore of Screen Junkies was fired for sexual harassment. Now, apparently this went on for several years, and people were telling the company, I forgot what it's called, Defy Media, which is the HR company for Screen Junkies, that there was issues, and the way he was acting and things. And apparently they took 2 years for them to say, oh yeah, he's done something wrong and fire him. Now, it's one of those things. We've had issues in the past with numerous YouTubers that have come out to have done things untoward to other people. Austin Jones being one of them. Toby Turner, which is alleged, which is another. And there are a lot of times, particularly with YouTube, because YouTubers seem a little bit more approachable, they seem a little bit more attainable, they seem a little bit more human than A-list, B-list, C-list Hollywood stars. That people automatically think they worship them, and then it just gives that person a sense of power. And in some instances, that power, again, as with Harvey Weinstein, is abused. Which is why when you see young people like Jake Paul, like Rice Gum, where they have power, and you can see that in some respects some of the lines are blurred. I'll back myself up on this one. With Jake Paul, he's very handsy with his fans, and there's a lot about his relationship with his wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, is very problematic, and it's instead of being loyal to one person, he seems to want to play with other people as well. And with Gricegun, we are all aware of the issues that have happened with Gricegun, where he laughed at a rape victim and said, "Did it feel good though?" That's what I mean by the lines get blurred. It's one of those things that, us as human beings, when we get the slightest bit of power, we get excited. And when I say excited, I mean excited. And it's one of those things that we have to learn not to. We have to learn a way of controlling ourselves so that we don't get excited, that we don't get power hungry, that we don't get power mad. And I know it's only human nature, but there's a lot of people that have a lot more power than Signore on YouTube. A lot of people. And those people haven't done anything like this. You know, you don't hear of Markiplier do things like this. You don't hear of Matthias doing this. You don't hear of Phil doing this. It's like, I think Phil said in one of his videos that as a result of the fact that he knows he's in a position of power, when he has a meeting with any woman or man, usually particularly women, he will have somebody else in the room, because he doesn't want to be in a position where he has to defend himself against an allegation like this. So if there's somebody else in the room, he knows he's got himself covered. Now, not everybody is in a position to do that, I understand. But that's one of the issues when you get people that are of malintent doing things and actions like these. And it is upsetting. It really is upsetting that these things happen. So, but with a bit of luck, both cases should be resolved soon. Whether or not there's criminal charges with Andy Signore, I'm not aware. But I think with Harvey Weinstein, there will be criminal charges on both sides of the Atlantic, which isn't great. But it's one of those things. So, but if you are being sexually harassed, or if you are being sexually mistreated, or mistreated in the workplace, full stop, whether it's bullying or any other thing, speak up. I know it's not easy. These cases prove that it's not easy, and the cases that have gone before this have proved it isn't easy. And it's one of those things where we have to help each other become the better versions of ourselves. And let's hope that we are reaching only the tip of the iceberg on this. Sorry, let's hope that there isn't any more or any worse that can come out. Although I have a sinking feeling, we'll have to wait and see. Now, with that being said, I'm going to record my other two videos, which are my normal videos for this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a horror bit. No, I'm not doing a horror-based video, because I'm going to do videos on two YouTubers, but slightly different. One of them is like my normal video, my normal call-out videos. And then I'm also going to do a video, which is pretty good. As I mentioned in the YouTube is Broken video, I have, there might be another 2 extra videos coming out over the space of this week and next week, because I have booked 3 of these on the go. The boss has given the thumbs up, so the release date is going to be next year. So we're just, you know, working out the final details with regards to that. But I will be doing the book trailer very soon. And I'm also doing the book trailer for the anthology that I'm in, that gets released at the end of the month. a week on Saturday, which is the 28th. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing the book trailer for that as well. And I'm excited. I really am excited and I can't wait. So, with a bit of luck, cross fingers, both should be up over there, either this week or next week. I'm hoping to get at least one of them done tonight. The anthology one, I'm waiting for the pictures, which might take a couple of days. So, I'm going to probably do the Black Cloud one first. Like I said, I don't have a date yet. I'm hoping by the time I finish the book trailer I will. Hopefully I'll get one in the next couple of days. But yeah, I got the go ahead off the boss last night, which was Monday night, but for you it'll be a couple of nights ago now. So I'm excited about that. There's another 2 books to go with this one. So after the next one that's getting released, there's another 2, so there's going to be 5 in total. So I'm excited. So, with that being said, stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you very soon.